Hello everyone, my dear friends. It's nice to see you again. Today I'm going to bring you a very interesting story. Fasten your seatbelts. Let's explore the story now. Deception at the annual gala, from suspicion to savage retaliation. Gabriel Moreau appeared to have it all. A French financial consultant residing in London, he had built what seemed to be a picture-perfect life with his wife, Amelia, and their two young children. Their marriage was admired by many, a harmonious blend of trust and mutual support. However, beneath this idyllic surface, a storm was brewing that would tear Gabriel's life apart. It all began at the annual gala hosted by Concordia Enterprises, the esteemed company where Amelia worked as an events manager. Gabriel, who rarely attended such social functions, decided to accompany her that evening to show his support. The event, held in a luxurious hotel ballroom, was a dazzling affair with glittering chandeliers and the gentle strains of jazz filling the air. Gabriel wandered awkwardly among Amelia's colleagues, sipping on champagne, while she charmed her way through the room, her laughter bright and musical. One man, in particular, caught Gabriel's eye, Ethan Schaefer, Amelia's boss. Ethan was tall, confident, and impeccably dressed. His charisma commanded attention, but Gabriel noticed something unsettling in the way Ethan's hand lingered on Amelia's shoulder, the way her laughter seemed a touch too familiar. On the cab ride home that night, Gabriel couldn't hold back. "You seemed quite close to Ethan tonight," he remarked, feigning casualness. Amelia's eyes narrowed, irritation flashing across her face. "Don't be absurd, Gabriel. It's called networking. Maybe if you did more of it, your career wouldn't be stuck in neutral." Her words hit like a slap, leaving Gabriel speechless, but the seed of doubt was already planted. That night, as Amelia slept beside him, Gabriel stared at the ceiling, replaying the evening in his mind. Small moments he had previously ignored now seemed glaring. Missed dinners, sudden meetings, and a growing emotional distance. Over the following weeks, his unease deepened. Amelia started working late more frequently, her excuses thin and evasive. Her phone, once casually left around, was now never out of reach, its screen always angled away. Whenever Gabriel tried to voice his concerns, she deflected, her responses laced with anger. One evening, as she prepared to leave for yet another late-night meeting, Gabriel noticed her applying perfume. It struck him as odd. "Since when does a spreadsheet need Chanel?" he quipped. She glared at him coldly. "Don't start, Gabriel. I won't let your paranoia suffocate me." Alone with his spiraling thoughts, Gabriel made a decision. He would uncover the truth. Accessing their shared laptop, he searched through her emails. At first, everything seemed routine, until he stumbled upon a hidden folder. Inside were messages between Amelia and Ethan. The exchanges were damning, filled with flirtatious banter and secret plans. One message, dated the day before, read, "Last night was unforgettable. I can't wait to see you again." Gabriel's chest tightened, fury overtaking him. The betrayal stung deeper than he could have imagined. But instead of confronting Amelia immediately, he resolved to wait. Revenge, he thought, was a dish best served cold. Gabriel withdrew further into himself, throwing his energy into work. His colleagues noticed his growing detachment, but he waved off their concerns. Each night, he reviewed the emails meticulously, piecing together the timeline and uncovering the full extent of Amelia's deception. The more he read, the clearer it became. This wasn't a fleeting indiscretion but a calculated affair. Gabriel spent the next month carefully planning his retaliation. He studied Ethan's habits, his arrogance, his misuse of company funds, and his reckless spending on personal luxuries using the corporate credit card. Gabriel's expertise in finance gave him the tools he needed to exploit these weaknesses. Using a VPN and burner accounts, Gabriel began creating an anonymous trail of evidence implicating Ethan in embezzlement. He hacked into company records, forging documents that outlined lavish expenses charged to Ethan's account, luxury hotels, gourmet dinners, and even international trips. Gabriel then leaked these files to Concordia Enterprises' compliance department, ensuring an internal investigation would follow. At home, Gabriel maintained a facade of oblivion. He kissed Amelia goodbye each morning, casually inquired about her day, and pretended not to notice when she returned home wearing cologne that wasn't his. Inside, however, he simmered with anger, counting down the days until his plan would reach its crescendo. His revenge wasn't limited to Ethan. Gabriel wanted Amelia to face the consequences of her betrayal as well. He began quietly documenting her behavior, photographing her sneaking into Ethan's apartment late at night. These photos, along with other evidence, would strengthen the divorce case he had already started preparing. Everything came crashing down during Concordia's quarterly meeting. Ethan, as confident as ever, was blindsided when the company's legal team presented their findings. The room grew silent as they detailed the charges: misuse of company funds, forged reports, and ethical violations. Ethan's usually composed demeanor crumbled as his face turned pale, his charm replaced by desperate, stammered denials. Seated at the back of the room, Amelia watched in horror as Ethan's world unraveled. She tried to slip out unnoticed, but Gabriel was waiting for her just outside the conference room. "Going somewhere?" he asked, his voice icy. Amelia froze, her eyes wide with panic. "Gabriel, I can explain." "Don't," he interrupted, holding up his phone. On the screen were the emails she thought she had hidden. "I've seen everything." Her face crumpled as the weight of her betrayal became undeniable. "How could you do this?" she whispered. "How could I?" Gabriel's voice rose, his fury finally breaking free. "You destroyed our family for him. You lied, you cheated, and now you expect sympathy?" Amelia's pleas for forgiveness fell on deaf ears as Gabriel turned and walked away, leaving her to face the wreckage of her choices. He had no intention of sparing her from the public humiliation Ethan was now enduring. For Gabriel, justice had to be absolute. Gabriel wasn't finished yet. 2 weeks later, during Concordia Enterprises' annual charity gala, he made his final move. Ethan, though disgraced, was still clinging to his position, at least until the media caught wind of the scandal. Gabriel ensured they would. He sent anonymous tips to several prominent journalists, sharing the same damning evidence he had leaked to the company. By the time the gala began, headlines exposing Ethan's misconduct were already circulating. As Gabriel moved through the event, he spotted Amelia in a corner, clutching a glass of wine. Her once confident demeanor was gone, replaced by a haunted look that spoke of regret and loss. For a fleeting moment, Gabriel felt a pang of pity, but it quickly vanished. When their eyes met, Amelia hesitantly approached him. "Gabriel, please, can we talk?" He shook his head. "There's nothing left to say. I hope you're happy with the life you chose." The words hung in the air as he turned and walked away, leaving her to confront the consequences of her actions. In the months that followed, Gabriel focused on rebuilding his life. He filed for divorce, securing full custody of their children and citing Amelia's infidelity and its emotional toll on the family. Therapy sessions helped him process his anger and pain, while time spent with his children brought him solace and a renewed sense of purpose. Meanwhile, Ethan's career was beyond repair. Blacklisted from the industry, he became a cautionary tale of arrogance and deceit. Amelia, left with nothing but regret, faded into obscurity, the life she had gambled for slipping through her fingers. Amelia, too, faced the fallout from her actions. Friends and colleagues distanced themselves, and her once promising career hit a standstill. Meanwhile, Gabriel's personal growth was undeniable. He rediscovered painting, a passion he had abandoned years ago, and began cherishing life's simpler joys. A walk in the park, laughter with his children, and quiet evenings lost in a good book. One evening, as Gabriel tucked his children into bed, his daughter looked up at him and asked, "Daddy, are you happy now?" He paused, reflecting on the long, painful journey that had brought him to this moment. "I am," he said softly, brushing her hair back, "because we have each other, and that's what matters most." Betrayal cuts deep, but resilience can heal even the deepest wounds. Sometimes, the best revenge isn't retaliation. It's finding the strength to move forward. Thank you for being a part of this journey with me. If this story resonated with you, please give the video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel. I've noticed many of you who enjoy these stories aren't subscribed yet. By subscribing, you're not just supporting a channel. You're joining a community that values deep, meaningful storytelling. Let's continue exploring these heartfelt journeys together. Don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss our next story.